If you're a startup founder, you are probably very seasoned at having to give your elevator pitch. But coming up with a great elevator pitch sometimes isn't that easy. Today, I want to talk to you about how to create an elevator pitch that will capture investors' attention and help you get your funding. My name is Amanda Rabideau, founder and CEO of Arch Collective. I've been working with startup founders for the last 4 years, and branding and messaging is one of my favorite things to work with them on, and one might say my superpower. So with that in mind, let's dive in. An elevator pitch at its core is a short summary around your company, your products or services that you offer, and the value that you bring to your target audience. It's a way to persuade investors to give you their money and a way to create a positive first impression and start building an excellent, long-lasting relationship. How can you guarantee that your elevator pitch is as attention-grabbing as possible? Here are a few things that you can think about or think through in order to get your elevator pitch refined and help you close that funding. First up, highlight your UVP. What's a UVP? That's an acronym for a unique value proposition. What's your differentiator in the market? What are you trying to achieve? What problem will you solve? Finding the absolute center of your business goals helps you create a brand. Finding the absolute center of your business helps you build a lasting brand and develop an elevator pitch with impact. This is your unique value proposition or your UVP. If you have to over-explain your UVP, you've either done one of two things. You haven't whittled it down enough, or you haven't expanded it enough to make it clear. Your UVP should be clear, concise, and exciting. I'm going to give you a few great examples of companies with awesome UVPs. First up, project management software, Asana. Their unique value proposition is the only platform that connects goals with the work needed to achieve them. And the second example is Lyft, a rideshare app. Their unique value proposition is a ride whenever you need one. Simple, but effective. And last up is Grammarly. Great writing, simplified. Even though all of these examples are short and simple, it's clear in every case what the company does. I believe it was Mark Twain that once said, "I don't have time to write you a short letter, so I'm gonna write you a long one." The idea here is that sometimes that short and simple is the hardest thing to achieve. And that's the perfect segue to my next point, which is when it comes to your elevator pitch, build it out, but not too much. The concept of an elevator pitch comes from just that. The amount of time it would take for you to ride the elevator to your floor is the amount of time that you should be able to explain the value that your company offers. So if you think about it, an elevator pitch should be punchy, short, and to the point. It's not very often that you have more than, let's say, 20 or 30 seconds with someone in an elevator. So could those UVPs be an elevator pitch in and of themselves? Well, it depends. Perhaps it could, but it might make more of an impact if you include some other details like personal information, data points, financial goals, or even snippets of your growth strategy. Build out your UVP to create a bold picture of your company, but keep it short. Investors pay the closest attention in those first few minutes of the meeting. So the shorter you can get their attention, the better the hook, the bolder the statement, the more likely that you'll be able to keep their attention throughout the meeting. And the final piece is practice your pitch. Yes, this sort of seems obvious, but I have talked to founders that have literally said, "Oh, well, I don't want to come across too overly polished or too practiced because they won't believe me or it won't come across sincere." Well, I think there's a fine line between reciting a script and practicing your pitch. Yes, you want to be authentic. You want your personality to shine through. You want to make sure that if questions come your way, you're able to pivot and respond and engage with what the audience is looking for. But you still need to practice in order to be comfortable and confident in your ability to do that. So don't go into an investor meeting cold. Practice your elevator pitch on potential leads or even a good friend or your partner. A great way to practice it is also going to industry events or networking events. You can start to test out at what point do people start to fade away, or are there certain things that you say that draw people in and help keep their attention? If you can, get an industry peer to review your pitch. Get some feedback from people that you trust. If you can get some industry professionals to give you feedback, even better. And remember, it's not just the words that you use, but it's also how you deliver those words. You can use pauses or hand motions to be effective and make even more of an impact with your pitch than just the words alone. And remember, be open to criticism, right? There's probably ways that you can improve your pitch. And if the end goal is to get that money from the investors, it's a lot better to hear a yes then while hearing a little bit of criticism beforehand to make sure that you're more likely to close on the deal and make it count in the moment that matters. The final word, pitching to new investors is challenging, but you don't have to go at it alone. Book a 15-minute introductory call with myself or one of my team members. We can talk to you about our process to make impactful messaging, including a powerful elevator pitch in just a matter of days. We hope to speak with you soon. As always, if you like this type of content, be sure to subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you next week.